Welcome back. In this video, we're going to cover this session's update to the morning and evening exercises. As I've mentioned, over the first few sessions in the course, we're going to be adding practices to each of these until we have an amazingly well-rounded set of exercises that produce an incredible impact on your overall well-being and your weight loss goals. In the first session of the course, both your morning and evening exercises were the same. Beginning with this session, they're going to be increasingly different. In this session, we're going to be adding 2 additional exercises. The first is a gratitude exercise, and there will be a slightly different version of it for mornings and evenings. Gratitude exercises are among the most well-validated positive psychology exercises within the academic research world. In many ways, they are the ultimate go-to gold standard exercises. So let's get started. For your morning gratitude exercise, you'll think of 2 different types of things to be grateful for. First, things that are routine in your life, but that you rarely think to be grateful for. And second, things that are unique or relatively unique that are coming up in your schedule for today that you can be grateful for. The reality is that in any given moment, most of us have many things that we can be grateful for, but that we ignore. It can be as basic as just being grateful for the earth sustaining us, or the sun nurturing life, or even the fact that we're alive. Maybe it's that we have a roof over our heads and a safe and comfortable place to sleep, an amazing family, great friends, tasty and safe food to eat, and so on. Of course, the list is virtually endless, and we can get much more specific and complex than these high-level examples. The reality is that if you look around and reflect on it, every moment of your day is filled with a myriad of things for you to be grateful for, many of which repeat themselves every day, and some of which are unique to the day ahead of you. In this exercise, you'll pick at least 3 from each of these 2 categories. 3 that are a routine part of your day, but that you normally ignore, and 3 that are unique or relatively unique to the day ahead. For the routine ones, try to pick different things to be grateful for every day. Don't reuse the same ones over and over again, or the exercise won't work as well. There's plenty to be grateful for. When you have your list for the day ahead, you'll bring them to mind one at a time and allow yourself to feel as much gratitude as you can for each of them. How much time you spend on each is up to you. It can be for as little as a few seconds or for as long as a few minutes. Just do what feels right and best for you. You don't have to be precise about this. Some items in your list can be quick, while others can be longer. Again, it's up to you and what feels best. As I've already said many times in the program, it's all about you experimenting and finding what's best for you within the overall framework of exercises that we establish for the program. For the evening version of the gratitude exercise, you'll do something very similar, but not exactly the same. Here again, you'll do 2 things. First, now you're at the end of your day. Its events have already taken place. So I want you to think back over the past day and pick several things that, in hindsight, you could have been grateful for, but weren't. Acknowledge each by bringing it to mind and allowing yourself to feel as much gratitude as possible for it. Then move on to the next one. Again, how much time you spend on this is entirely up to you at both an individual and overall level. In addition to any obvious standouts from the day, also try to include at least one thing that, while wonderful, has been routine for a long time and isn't something that you normally feel grateful for, but should. As with the morning version of this method, don't use the same routine thing each time. Try to bring new ones in. And be sure to include unique or relatively unique things in addition to routine ones each day. The second part of your evening gratitude exercise will be amended over time. So this is the first way that you'll do it, and you'll do what's asked here until you get updated instructions later on. During a previous session, you started doing a practice of reflection after eating. The goal was to see how you felt about what you ate, how it made you feel physically, and so on. For the second part of your gratitude exercise in the evening, we want you to use what you learned from your post-eating reflections today, specifically the things that you felt really good about. Perhaps it was that you didn't overeat during one or more of your meals. If so, take a moment during this exercise to feel grateful for that. And remember to be specific. So, if you overate at lunch, but didn't at breakfast or dinner, feel specifically grateful that you didn't overeat during some meals, but not the others. Again, be very specific to the meal. Really feel gratitude for it, and only for that specific thing. So, for instance, if you're feeling gratitude that you didn't overeat during dinner, you want to really feel gratitude just for that and for only that. And then separately, do the same for breakfast or whatever other meal you might have not overeaten at. Do this for everything that you think you should be grateful for around eating that day. All right, remember, you're doing this at night. If your goal was to skip a meal and you did, feel grateful for that. If your goal was to eat more vegetables, be specifically grateful for that and for the specific vegetables that you ate. You get the idea. Everything and anything that you can and should be grateful for regarding your eating that day is fair game and should be included. Okay, so this is the first practice that we're adding in. You'll find the second one on the next page. I'll see you there.